Coming up, demolishing the roof of our Italian house. This totally broke our budget and we were also scammed.
That is Mirella, and I'm Roger. We bought this house, we're renovating it.
As you may remember, we demolished the extension and saved the old bricks for renovating the walls of our Italian house.
So this is what it looks like when you just demolish the annex.
The roof is in bad condition and rainwater is leaking in. So we found a contractor who could replace the whole roof and redo the outer walls for 70,000.
So we made a down payment of 20,000 euros.
He did put up a part of the scaffolding, but then disappeared. We tried to call him many times and he only responded once that he was sick. We waited and waited, but started feeling we were scammed. One day they took the scaffolding down. He said he is unable to do the job, but refused to pay back the down payment. Our lawyer said, forget about it.
We didn't see this coming, and now we don't know what to do.
Feeling like we're moving in tomorrow. Well, somebody's got to keep up the good spirits.
We always knew we had to fix the roof, but it came as a bit of a surprise that we might have to redo the entire roof.
This work is too big enough for us, so we have to outsource it. And it's probably going to cost us the biggest part of our budget.
We found a new contractor and we start again.
The roof is very high here, which is beautiful, but also a bit complicated when you want to replace the beams.
The house is 10 by 12 meters. So every corner has a cross beam running from the corner all the way to the top of the roof. This roof has the typical Italian construction of 2 layers of basically stone. So one is bricks and the other one, of course, is the roof tiling. We do have to remember that this building has been here for more than 100 years. There have been earthquakes, so it does have some solidity, though we would still probably feel better if it was renewed.
The cost will be 100,000 euros, more or less, and that's just for this round, because we also lost 20,000 in the previous round. But hopefully this time it will work out.
The new contractor put up scaffolding, went up with 4 men, formed a line and started ripping off the roof tiles right away, throwing the rubble in the garden. Within 6 weeks, they will be replacing the outer and inner layer of tiles, the old wooden beams and their woodworm, and adding insulation and new gutters. Within no time, the old roof was gone, making the house an even bigger ruin.
They keep missing the bucket every time.
So we're paying a lot of money, but we're also getting an entirely new roof. So new beams, new tiles, insulation, and the most beautiful part, we're getting antique tiles at the top.
We were hoping to be a part of the demolition team, but we are not. They told us this is because of the Italian rules for construction sites, but we think it's our skills. So we focused on the overgrown garden.
A small break with a view after ripping off the roof, and then on to the next phase. They start cleaning the reusable bricks and clearing the cement debris. As you may have seen in the previous video, we live in a tiny house we've built next to the old one, so escaping the dust is almost an option. Mirella is cutting the lavender, thinking this will drive the construction smells out of the tiny house.
Het ruikt zo lekker.
Alright, so this is the rubble from the roof. We're a bit disappointed. We had hoped to save some tiles on the inside of the roof, like these, to make a terrace, but unfortunately they're hollow and not the solid ones, so unusable. So these are the tiles that were on the roof. We're going to replace them with antiques.
We're hoping to use this rubble as the foundation for a terrace, greenhouse, or maybe for a future pool.
The old terrace stairs were covered in debris. We wanted to restore them and were afraid they would be damaged by the many footsteps on the concrete fragments.
Heel. Oh, dat is tof, hè?
And there was light.
Looking up, we saw the beams were not only eaten by woodworm, but also the structure was very unstable.
The beams are still here, so we had a good chance to inspect the beams, and they look in a pretty bad state, so we're very happy to have replaced them.
Also, the view from the windows is temporarily changed.
Excellent air conditioning. Excellent. Okay.
Bang.
We now have to pay the first 25,000 euro. Because we were previously scammed, we are anxious.
But new contractor, new chances, and this one we trust.
These are the old beams. When they came down, we noticed the incredible rot and damage that they had. Cannot imagine they carried such a heavy load because the roof consisted of 2 layers of tiles, inner and outer tiles. And many of the small beams actually look like this, with a lot of rot. You can see some woodworm. And this one, for instance, is completely rotten.
Looking at it, it's actually a small miracle that the roof didn't collapse before.
The fun thing is, so we'll take the best parts and reuse them to make the veranda for the outdoor kitchen. Yes, it's ready.
We give it a go, but notice this one will not be easy because the old roof beams are not straight.
The roof, and I'll show you the materials they're using. So first of all, they're using these very nice thick beams as the main beams, main support beams. They're covering the beams with these panels. On top of those, they put this insulation. Between the planks and the insulation, they have also put a water resistant sheet.
They were lifting up the materials and started building a solid construction with the new beams, finishing it up with new straight bricks.
To provide extra support, they built a layer of new bricks on top of the old concrete ring to level it and to give the big beams more support.
After finishing the solid beam structure, they start covering it with planks, cutting out a hole for the roof light, which was a bit of a surprise to us. This is mandatory in Italy. We had to decide within a minute where to place it. Hopefully it will fit the final floor plans, which we still have to draw up. And with this, we could use your help.
For safety reasons, we cannot go in while building, so Mirella went in after working hours.
Oh ja, dat ben ik benieuwd worden. Oh ja, dit is echt heel gaaf. Veel mooi worden, toch? Ja.
We chose a dark brown color to give the top floor a cozy feel.
Completely different feel. The beams are much thicker. It feels much more solid. The roof light is put up for safety. So if somebody needs to go onto the roof, they can access the roof via the roof light.
This construction team is a crew of 4 professionals and is amazing. They work all day long in the blistering heat.
Putting on layer 2 and 3 of the new roof. Layer 2 is this black water-resistant foil. Layer 3 is the white insulation panels.
Early the next morning, we greet 2 new specialists.
Today they covered the insulation layer with tar. They started at 5:30 in the morning because it's pretty hot these days. Even in this heat, they were using torches to glue the tar together, using of course tar and some liquid tar to solidify everything. For the gutter, we selected copper. It's a bit shiny now, but of course this will turn a very nice color green once it gets older. We selected it. It's a bit more expensive, but we think the house deserves it.
For the next step, we went shopping for old roof tiles. We found them hidden away in a building supply store in a hilltop village.
These are the old roof tiles, or coppi as they're called in Italian. We got 2,500. They were taken straight to the roof with a crane. Super efficient. As you can see, they're all slightly different. It's impossible to determine the age. They can either be 80 or they can be 200 years old. That was interesting. So the way they structure the tiles is they put 2 new ones like this and then an old one at the top. So when the water falls here, and then streams downwards. And the ones on the roof, of course, have new tiles at the bottom. Nice system, huh?
While they start spreading the tiles over the roof, we went back to our DIY spot in the farmland, still trying to build a straight pergola from not so straight old roof beams.
The speed was amazing, covering 1 side per day.
Gluing the modern tiles to the roof and covering these with the old ones. The new ones cost around 20 euros per square meter, while the old ones are at least double. At the end of the day, pink and blue colored the sky above the palazzo. Starting again early next morning.
And now doing the angles, and it looks spectacular.
We want to cover the air ventilation pipes with the old ones, but still have to find these. When our DIY project totally collapsed, the builders encouraged us to keep going. Their work is amazing and we love this team, so we started again.
They finished their work before we could finish ours. We are happy with the new roof, but this is just the beginning. Curious how the pergola turned out? Subscribe for more.